Hey, y'all, I'm going live because I got time today. Peace and high frequencies. Y'all know how we do. I got time to talk today and I'm going to run my mouth. I'm silly. You see how my mouth was just running? It was running. A mile a minute. I ain't gonna play with y'all. But I named this the mushroom message because I don't know if it's a day for me to just go live and preach the good gospel from the psilocybin. But I'm doing it today. I was already live for almost 3 hours on my Instagram, the Misfit Diva page, and now I am going live on here for another message. And in this cut with the mermaid, which they kind of changed. Starbucks, no, they something else, y'all. They something else with the symbols. But I got my magic coffee today, and I'm gonna share my dream, as well as anything else that may just flow in my mind that I feel like needs to be talked about. But I just had a share. Somebody just shared with me their dream. Oh, no. Somebody just shared with me a dream from someone else's page. And her dream lined up with what I've been dreaming about lately, which is wild. I like it when it happens like that. But last night it was Venus and Serena. All right, so Venus and Serena, Venus had flued us out, y'all. So me and I have a friend of mine. She just moved to New York. Probably like a couple of weeks ago. But she does PR and everything. She used to help me with marketing and things with my business a couple of years back. But in the dream, Serena had flew us out to help her with some marketing things that she needed with her brand. And my friend was more on the forefront of helping her. And it felt like in the dream, and this is how I felt like in the dream, it felt like my friend was the person who was the forefront, who was helping her, who knew what she was doing, and all that kind of stuff. And I felt like I was just the back person. Like I was just there. And I really, like, she didn't give me any responsibilities. Like I was like, I don't even know why I'm here because she ain't even tell me nothing to do. I feel like I'm just here and I'm not using my gifts. I don't know. But everything my friend was doing was absolutely amazing. It was wonderful. She was putting together plans and stuff like that. And one day, because it felt like that we was there for a while in his dream. So the next day, they left me with the other part of the crew, and Serena and her left. I guess they went to lunch or went to talk plans. I don't know. They was gone. They finally came back, and that evening we were going to a gala. This was a all-star gala that it was for some celebrities. Well, anyway, each celebrity that was there had a section where they would be at and eat and their people, and then they had a section for regular people. And I was in the section with the celebrities, with Serena and Venus and her family and everything, and my family was able to be over there too. And the tickets were $125 a ticket. And we didn't have to get a ticket. We just was, there. And we had to get dressed and everything. We had been working on it all week, and then we had and all day, and then we had to get dressed really quick, and everything just snapped really fast. And I had on what I wanted to wear to this banquet early that day, so I didn't have to go back and change whatever. I don't know. So I was there, and I remember my cousin was holding Serena's daughter. She wanted Serena's daughter, and then Serena was, of course, she had to talk to people. She was talking about her brand. In certain instances, she was kind of like a little pushy and bougie too. I don't know if she liked this in real life, y'all. This is just my dream. And so she had also told us, she was like, I know that y'all here and y'all flew out here, But if you got responsibilities back home and you need to be at home with your family, your career, whatever, then you can go back home and do what you got to do. And I was like, damn, okay, well, she is right. Let me think about it. But I do remember being in that gala with people, and it was people on one side who were really just looking at us like they were really, all eyes was focused on us because we were the stars of the show. It was really interesting because we were a part of Serena's crew. They also, each celebrity had like this wagon, and each one of their wagons, they had like these products, these high-end products, and it was like, I know each wagon, it had to be over $1,500 for everything that was in the wagon by a particular makeup brand or body wash brand or whatever. And it was just everything that they had in this huge wagon. And it was somebody that came by to each one of the celebrities' wagons. So they had the celebrity had to pull their wagon forward and they had to light the candle, but it was somebody that ran and lit the candle for each one of their wagons. Y'all know what night it is made. It was a journey. And so then we sat down and it was time for a dinner where the regular people went to dinner on another side. And then I was over there eating dinner with Serena's family and my family. And it was the chef that came out, and it was this huge cake he was cutting up slices of the cake. But while he was doing that, he was on doing a video demonstration and talking to people, I guess, on camera, on TV. And afterwards, I think it went to commercial break. My friend, who was a PR person, came over to him and she was like, I'm going to show you how to do this better. I'm going to show you what you need to do in order to get really people to really draw in to what you're doing. And you don't need to start. She was just giving him a lot of pointers, which was really good. And I was sitting back like, damn, like, this is awesome. But when it came down, that was like, I think the wine and the cake part, when it came down for us to eat dinner, they was like, okay, Serena's daughter has to go with Serena, but y'all are going to have to go eat dinner with the other regular folk. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go up there with the regular folk. The regular folk been gone, and I've been down here eating cake and wine, so that means I'll be at the end of the line. So I go up there because I didn't want to be at the end of the line. I thought I could just schmooze and get in front of somebody. And it was the security guard there that tried to check me, and he was telling me like, you need to get to the back. I was like, but I was just, he was like, you have to get to the back. And he had a little attitude by himself. So I get to the back of the line, y'all. And it was very end, and then somebody was trying to cut and get in front of me. And it was weird. I woke up. Ooh, wait. And that's all I remember about it, but I woke up. But I thought it was very interesting. The last couple of days, I have had dreams of, that one was Venus and Serena, mainly Serena. And then I think it was last night it was the night before last. Family were this real high end, like they were both, and we were, I can't even remember what we were doing, but I remember we were kind of like in this limo. Someone was pulling up to this event and we were just doing different things, but it just felt like, I ain't talking about well off, like, I'm talking about like emperor, empress status, like, kind of like how people look at Prince Harry and Prince Charles and all that. It was kind of like on that level of how we were moving beyond just basic celebrity status. Like it was world status, like wealth that we had. And so those dreams I see as significant, especially since Tafari sent me a dream that the lady had about Biggie Smalls and somebody coming into wealth or being with someone who has wealth. Because I've been feeling that for a while now, for the last couple of days. I've been having dreams in that regard. So I don't know, who, if that's, I feel like it may be a message for light workers. I can say that. It definitely feels like it's a message for us, not just me specific, but for all of us, y'all. That we're gonna be coming into some type of wealth, because it's been things that's been going on in my life. And my job, they messed up my check and they supposed to be fixing it and they ain't even tripping. I was like, okay. Like I ain't mad about it. It was kind of like, no, okay, it'll get done. Any other time, I'd be like, oh my God. I like, what am I gonna do? I got bills. But it's crazy, like all the bills are paid. I'm just kind of like, y'all fix it. I'm sure y'all fix it. I'm not going to get out of character or emotional. When I say out of character, I mean emotional. Really living in an emotional space because this is the season of just letting things go. And in the past me would have got all worked up and upset and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do and can't sleep at night, tossing and turning. Man, I slept so good last night, y'all. And I fell asleep on the couch. And I didn't get into bed till like almost 5 o'clock this morning or something. I was sleeping good on the couch. I was listening to Seven Bomar, and then some meditation tones came on. So this is the season of letting it go. This is the season of longs is our focus. So we should let go of grief as well. So if you have any grief or you're grieving, this is the season to let it all go, to not let it bother you, all right? To not allow that energy to sit up and fester and cause illness and disease. We cannot do that. We have to let it all go and let it go, release it. I named this the mushroom message because, like I said a few minutes ago, I am sipping on some magic coffee, reishi mushroom coffee with a little bit of magic in it, about 0.7 grams of magic. And with the 0.7 grams of magic in it, even though it's not a lot, it starts to separate. Well, first thing, and you all know, with the magic, it will start to remove the ego. Like you'll feel your ego slipping away. And a part of our ego is our physical nature. So you'll start to feel the separation of your body from your soul essence, if you all understand what I'm saying, if you've ever had that trip. And I haven't even had much. It's just a little bit in this cup. And so I'm feeling the separation of the ego, the soul essence, and the body is separating. And then I start to receive information. So earlier, it was on me to go live on my other page to tell people about cleansing the gut. That has been my message for the last week and a half. And I've been on it. I've done a week of nothing but fruits, right? Raw foods. And I notice, and I don't know if you all feel like this when you are on magic, that you may feel a little queasy. I know for me, when I eat foods, I know one time, and I don't know why I did this. I know one time before I took some magic, my stomach hurt so bad. My stomach always will feel queasy, but this time I ate. And that's why I tell people don't eat when you take magic. Just don't do it. And I had to regurgitate everything out. And they let me know during the whole process of regurgitation that you're not going to do me like this. You not going to eat like this. You not, no. And it was like, and if you all know, mushrooms and your mind, they telepathic like we are. Okay, we're telepathic beings. Even when I talk to you all about my dreams, these aren't words that people were talking like we are in this dense reality. Like, hey, you need to do this, or hey, this is that and that. Everything is telepathic. So I'm interpreting you all to you all when I interpret my dreams to you all, and I say, oh, she said this and he said this. They ain't really say it, y'all. There wasn't really words like we having right now. I am interpreting to you the telepathic messages. I just want to be clear on that because I don't know if y'all know that that's what I'm doing. I said it before, but I just want y'all to be clear to know that it's not, I don't have people talking in my dreams. So I'm just giving you telepathic messages of interpreting that. And so the mushrooms was telling me like, "Ugh, like you not fit to eat like this. You need to stop eating like this. Get this out. Get this out. No. Ooh, no." And every time that I was like, and y'all, it was coming out like water, like, and I was losing energy, and I was just over the toilet, and it was just coming out like every time I thought it was over, it would just be a little more coming out like water. It was just like getting it out of me. And I was getting a spiritual spanking to say it nicely. The mushrooms would give me a spiritual spanking, and at the same time, every time they were, it was loving though, because they needed to get that out because it was harming me. And whatever's in me, when I take the mushrooms, it'll come out because it wants me clean. It wants a clean vessel. Anything that's in me that's harming me, it needs to come out. And I love the mushrooms for that, y'all. I love the mushrooms for that because everybody doesn't have that type of sensitivity to do that. I remember one time when I did them, and I was vomiting. I was like, ugh, and it was like red, but it was like chunks, and I felt like it was getting out of me some type of tumor or something that may have been causing harm in my body. I feel like it was able to bring it out and take it out of my body. I feel like the mushrooms actually do that. So aside from you all looking to have these experiences and go to these other worlds and get information and see kaleidoscopes and colors and all of that kind of fun stuff. To be honest and to be very truthful and real about it, of how they allow me to purge, and through the purging, I am healing, and it heals the body. And that's one of the reasons why I really like to share, because I don't know what's all in everybody that I meet. You don't know what's in the body of somebody, or in the gut, or in the mind, or someone who needs to connect neurological pathways because they have some type of psychological issues. I have someone I got to help now. His father just had a stroke, and trying to, you'll have where it affects the different hemispheres of the brain, and trying to connect them back together so they're not in a state of depression. There's also people who are suffering from dementia, allowing the mushrooms to heal them and heal their thought processes and their memory, to bring them more online to, who they are. And so that's the healing. So if you have someone in your family, or even if it's you, and I always tell people, start with you, start the healing with you. Because once you start the healing with you, everybody else comes on board, because nothing is outside of you. Because really it's your healing and your lack of healing that you're seeing in everybody else that's around you. So the more that you heal, the more that you are releasing that out. And you'll see those around you heal, just by your healing. So taking the mushrooms internally, it may, and be in a state of allowing yourself to vomit. Allow yourself to purge. Don't, and you may have different people say different things. This is from my experience, because I've purged. And each time that I've purged, I've needed to purge. I needed to purge. And it's been in times that I was raw and I wasn't even eating cooked foods, and I purged. But it wasn't because of what I was eating then. It's just because of what I've already had in my body that needed to come out. And it doesn't matter if it was 10, 15 years ago, it may have dug something out of my gut and out of my system that had been sitting on my organs since I was 10. And this is what I'm feeling, y'all. And it took it, and it had to get out of me. So I don't want you all to think that, that cleansing work when you do mushrooms is something that's immediate, that you're not eating right now because it's not gonna have you vomit. Even if you vomit, you'd be like, "Well, I ate clean, and I didn't do this, and I didn't do that, and I still threw up." And that's good. It may be the way that it's purging it out of you. It can also go in and completely dissolve it, but it may need to get out of the avatar through defecation, regurgitation, or it may come out through urination. Let's say all three of them fast. So you don't know how they have went into dissolve, and you got to let it out. You got to release it. The biggest thing, and I feel like we can do this with our light energy too. We can do the same thing that magic does with our energy, and taking our energy in to dissolve diseases, to dissolve tumors, to dissolve cysts, to dissolve anything that's in our body that shouldn't be. We can use our light energy to do that. But because of the reality that we live in, that is such a, oh God, it's so heavy here. Even the color spectrum that we see here is limited. And the limitations that we have causes us not to be able to get and do it the way that we need it. And plus, the tools that we have here, we ain't been using them, right? So the food that we have here that we're supposed to use it as a tool, we've been using it as harm and disease because we ain't know no better. And because we've been using it to harm us and not to heal us, it makes the reality even denser. And so for me, using the magic, it helps to making me lighter so I can be able to see what I'm doing and stop it. And then I'm able, if need be, and I can purge it too, y'all. And so one of the things that's been on me, and I shared it on my other page today, is for us to cleanse our gut. It's just been on me. It's been on me. It's been on me. I can't share it enough. I don't know who needs to hear it. I don't know why this message is constantly coming to me, but we have to do it. Somebody, whoever I'm talking to and I'm sharing this message with, needs to do it like now. It ain't even a question of I need to start next week or I need to start tomorrow. It's like you have to start right now with this. You cannot eat anything else that's cooked foods. And I know the addiction is strong because the parasites in your body is strong, but something's eating away. Hmm, something's in your body is harming you. And it's from the foods, y'all. It's from it. It's such a deep message because people don't look at food like this. People look at food as just, oh, we sit around, we eat. We go on a date, we eat. We have family get-togethers, we eat. We got Thanksgiving, we eat. We got Christmas, we eat. Oh, it's a birthday. We don't eat birthday cake and pizza. We don't eat. Almost our entire life is around eating. And whatever we put in our body, our cells are a compilation of everything that we ingest. Our blood is a compilation of everything we ingest. So your cells, which ultimately creates your body, is a compilation of everything you ingest. Your thoughts, even your mind, the way you move, your brain, it's a compilation of everything you ingest. So that's why certain people have certain thought processes. That's why certain groups of people that you'll see who are more on a spiritual level don't eat certain things. And it ain't no other reason, but they are more connected to the divine and they know everything that's out there is toxic. You'll even see how when you start to release all of the toxic foods, how you come more in line with divining, how your messages, your divine messages are more in alignment with the all, just based on what you're putting in your body, because you receive all types of messages. It's all types of gods and deities and energies out here. All right, so people can receive a message from anything, and we attract the type of energy that's in our gut, right? We'll attract whatever type of energy that's out there. Like people say, it's somebody for everybody. It is, because they are gonna be on the same type of vibration. Because whatever's in your gut is gonna vibrate with whatever's in the gut of somebody else that's next to you, and y'all gonna come together in union. And then when you don't think like that, like in traditional Chinese medicine, the dantian, when the dantian, the mid or the central dantian, they have the upper and the lower dantian. When the lower dantian is cleansed, and you've done that work, then you'll look back and be like, why was I even with him? What's wrong with me? That's because you did some cleansing. You may not do the same things that you did when you were with that particular person. You may not eat the same foods or drink the same way or take in the same. You may not smoke like me, like I don't smoke cannabis. So the relationships that I had before I stopped were on a different frequency, because that was more on, like I was like, the Anubis, the cannabis, a cannabis plant frequency. They were on that, and I'm not on that frequency anymore. So I'm kind of like, So we attract the type of frequency we're on. So you'll see your attraction on things will change, and they'll become elevated. And I said this yesterday, that's if you are ready for that. That just depends on where you are with your journey. Like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to tell them change their life. I'm just sending the message. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. I can't stress it enough. You do whatever you want. You go right now, go get you a Big Mac and a large fry and a Coca-Cola, baby. It's not gonna hurt me not one bit. I am only the messenger. I am only sharing with you what you all need to do if you're interested in raising your frequency, taking care of your temple, living a life where don't nobody have to take care of you in an old age. Because these are the messages that's coming to me. It's not, just me saying this because I just feel like saying this shit. This is what they talking about. And so our tool that we're tethered to, is this physical body. And our mind, our thoughts are connected to what we end up putting in this physical body. And so if your thoughts are connected to what you're tethered to, and what you're tethered to is connected to what you put in it, and what you're putting in it is creating these cells, which are the building blocks of the blood, the body, and everything else, are tainted, toxic, and parasitic, then that's exactly what you're going to get out. And so now you have tainted, toxic, and parasitic thoughts. You have tainted, toxic, parasitic relationships. You have tainted, toxic, and parasitic engagements with people that you don't even know on the street. Issues in your life is tainted, toxic, and parasitic. So, and it can be all of them, or it can be one of them. You be like, why every time I get with somebody, they trying to use me? Have you heard people say that before? Yeah, I never thought about it like this. Every time I get with somebody, people are always trying to use me, or take from me, or copy me. They want to be me. They some haters. You hear people talking like this? I know you've heard people talking like that. Why you think that? Why you think that? You think it's just out of the blue. Why just out the blue? They want to be like me. Out the blue, they just want to take from me. Parasitic. That's that parasitic energy. you are attracting parasitic energy because you eating parasites. You're eating toxicity. So you're going to get a lot of that out. You're going to get a lot of that. I didn't, and I don't know this man's life, but I ain't never seen nobody be Bobby Kalindi. Y'all seen another one of him? I ain't seen nobody copy him. If they are, they ain't doing a good job because I don't know nothing about them. I've never seen another Terrence McKenna. Food of the Gods was a great, powerful book. I ain't never seen nobody copy them. Maybe they just want parasitic. Right? So you got to think about what you're taking in that's causing people to copy you, and that's parasitic because they want to live and thrive off of your energy, or someone who every time they your friends, family members, or relationships, they use you. They using me. That's parasitic. Why they using me? Why every time he need this or she need that? I've been in a parasitic relationships, male and female, friends and guys, female friends and male relationships and intimate relationships with men I've been with have been parasitic. And I get to a point of where I'm like, I became aware and I started to clean myself up. And the more that we start to cleanse ourselves up, the more that we come online to not do that anymore. And we raise ourselves up to better and new relationships because we don't attract that anymore. It just ain't a part of who we are. It's just not a part of who we are. So yeah, that was that's the dream I definitely wanted to share. And what's this? That's the mushroom message that I wanted to get out to you all. Why people say that. That's the message that I wanted to get out. Yeah, people always ask me, is it for men? Is it for women? Is it for me? Like, I work with everybody. I work with everybody, men and women, because we all need the same thing. We pretty much need the same damn thing. And for the most part, when it comes down to the basics of it all, that's simple. It's very simple. We all need the same thing. We all need to just clean up our lifestyle, me included. Me included. It's a daily walk. And I know I'm more intense than others, and I'm more harder on myself than others. And that's for a particular reason. So I'll be like this until the day that I raise on up out of here. Y'all. All right. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. That's been my little message. I think I'm about to drink the rest of this magic coffee, y'all. Not tea, it's coffee. Reishi, 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 Reishi mushroom coffee with some magic in it, and chill and prepare myself for the week. So I'm gonna leave in peace and